Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kid Lee, and it's time to take a look at World of Warships. This is a game that is currently in development by Wargaming Studios. This is the same studio that brought to you games such as World of Tanks and World of Warplanes. So for this video, the first thing I'm going to do is go over basically how everything works as far as the ships, and then we're going to jump into a little bit of gameplay. So if you've played or seen World of Tanks, a lot of this is going to be very familiar to you. First of all, this is all about the ships. I believe the developers have actually gone into great detail to get these ships as accurate as possible. So let's go ahead and take a look at the tech tree. The ships are broken up into 4 categories: aircraft carrier, battleships, cruisers, and destroyers. And at the moment, here in beta, there are 4 countries or factions. You have got the United States, you have got Japan, you've got the USSR, and you've got the UK. And as you can see right now, the UK and the USSR don't have too many ships in their fleet. That's something that's being worked on at the moment in compared to the United States and Japan, which I would say have their roster pretty well filled out. So basically, if you've never played a game from Wargaming before, how it works is you start out at level 1 or tech tree level 1, and you basically are starting out with this ship here. You then take that ship into battle, you gain experience, and you're able to unlock the rest of the ships as you work your way down the tree. Now, each ship you are able to customize. So if we go back to port here, I've currently got the Wyoming selected, so I can go under modules, and there are all of these customization modules here. And again, after you unlock the ship, you basically start out with nothing, and as you gain experience, you're able to research and unlock these. And these do different things as far as upgrading your ship, such as the one you see here increases the rate of fire, 180-degree turn time, and more damage on the heat and armor-piercing shells. So you kind of get the idea on that. If we go ahead and go back to port here, each ship is also assigned a captain, which is this guy over here in the corner. These captains, again, you have to level them up, and they all have their own sort of tech trees. So you can see here, this guy is currently ranked a lieutenant, and you can see his little experience bar here in blue. And as this experience bar goes across, he gets these points, which I can then, again, put into his tree. So we'll go back to port again. Another layer of customization is actually going to be the signal flags. And if I equip it here real quick, we'll see if it'll let me. I'll mount this. And there you can see the flags now. These flags are something that are earned in battle. And once you have them earned, you're able to equip them on your ship, and they will give you a bonus of some description. So this one here, this one has a negative 5% to the cost of your ship's post-battle repair. And there's other ones such as this one here, plus 20% to combat recovery time when repair party consumed is used. And I think you can generally get the idea. Here's plus 50% to experience earned in battle, but there's basically just a variety of flags that can be earned. So we'll go back to port one more time, and you yourself or your account also has a level. So I believe I can go into profile here, and where's it at here? Service record, here we go. So right now in the beta there are 7 levels that you can earn, and the 8th one is currently unavailable. And again, once you go through these and start unlocking your personal levels, you'll unlock things like the daily missions, the free experience. The ship commander feature doesn't unlock until level 5. Here's the upgrade screen, which I'll explain here in a moment. And then again, your signal flags. So yet another sort of layer of customization. So let's go ahead and go back into the modules here on the Wyoming. The last thing that I'll show you is actually down here, and this sort of ties in to your commander, lieutenant, whoever's in command of your ship. You'll have these little boxes down here where you can actually select additional bonuses. So for instance, on this ship, I have got main battery modification 1, so negative 20% chance for the magazine detonation, negative 20 for crit to the main battery, negative 20 to the main battery repair time. And then over here, and again, there's more to choose from, but again, on this ship, I've got the steering gears modification, and you can see what it does there. But let me actually jump to a different ship here real quick. Maybe I can show you more. So here's the Omaha. This is a cruiser, and you see that this actually has spots for 3 modifications. And you can kind of see the different ones that I have selected there. But again, if I actually go to Peter Reed, who's the commander of this ship, you can see which ones that he actually has unlocked. So in some ways, it's basically just a grind. Again, almost similar to an MMO. You're starting out at level 1, so to speak, and you're working your way down, sort of based on the ship or play style that you like to play. And all 4 of these play styles or ship types do indeed play quite differently. The aircraft carrier actually plays like an RTS, and I will show you that here in just a little bit. The battleship is, you could consider it a tank class. It's your slow maneuvering ship that has a really long turn time on the guns, but if those guns actually hit you, it's going to cause a lot of damage. The cruiser is just sort of your middle of the road, DPS type of a ship. It's got good DPS. It's got okay hull armor. So again, down the road. And the destroyers are kind of like the mage of this game. They're sort of like a glass cannon. They've got torpedoes. They've got cannons. They can really deal out the damage, but they can't really take it. So without further ado, let me show you how the actual battling works. So we're going to switch over to a St. Louis. This is a cruiser. So again, this is a middle-of-the-road ship. And here for just a second, let's go ahead and zoom in on this and look at the incredible detail that they've put in on these ships. Again, I sort of mentioned before that they've been doing a lot of work making these as accurate as possible to the real thing. So you can see all the little gun mounts, the boats, the ladders. A lot of this little stuff, the wiring, a lot of this little stuff they didn't have to put in, but they did, and that's absolutely fantastic. So let's go ahead and take this cruiser out for a spin here, and we will check this out. There are a variety of game types and map variations. It's something that I'd like to see more of because it's basically your playfield, your battlefield, so you definitely want to see more of them. But even this early in the beta, I think what they've got is pretty good. So you can see our teams here. We've got a Langley, which is an aircraft carrier, a Wyoming, which is a battleship, and we got some destroyers, and we've got a couple of cruisers. So we'll see what we're going to do here.
Battle starts.
So this is an ABC capture. I'm actually going to hit M to go to the main map here. So basically on this particular map, there's 2 ways to win. You can win by capture, or you can win by destroying the enemy ships. Now, I'm actually going to just sit here for a minute, let the team go ahead as I explain what's going on. So in the center of the screen, you basically have your targeting reticle. And you see sort of these little circles all around my targeting area, and those are my cannons. This ship has got 14 cannons. And you see, as I move my targeting, you see the little circles moving. Those are the cannons basically lining up and coming into bear. Now, some of them are on the port side, some are on the starboard side, some are on the main deck. So as you can see here, only about half my cannons are currently lined up. And if I were to switch to the other side, again, you can see all of them moving. And they're trying to move into firing range again. So, looking at the interface a little bit, at the top of the screen, we have got all of the ships and the capture points. Down in the center of the screen, or lower center, we've got all of my cannons. That's like the 1 through 14. And below that is number 1 is my heat rounds, number 2 is armor piercing, and 3 is repair. Because there is subsystem like damaging in this. Like my cannons can be damaged, my steering, my rudders, all that stuff can be individually damaged. Now here for a minute, I'm actually going to have to move my ship here. So what I'm going to do is, in addition to the manual movement, I'm actually going to go ahead and move up to full speed here. I just need to get myself into a better position so I can explain things a little bit better for you guys. See, I'm actually starting to take some damage, which I don't want to do. I'm going to go full speed and just sort of move out of the way here. So over on the lower left is basically my ship's health bar. You see a picture of a ship with basically green all the way across. That's my health bar, or my hull integrity, if you want to call it that. And then below that, we have got a directional map where you've got your northeast, southwest, and you can see a bunch of little green cannons and a bunch of little orange cannons. Those are the ones that are lined up versus the ones that are not lined up. And then again, we've got the speed indicator. And then finally, all the way over on the right side, we have got the mini map where you can see the good ships, the bad ships, so forth and so on. So for targeting, again, I've got my targeting reticle in the center of the screen. I can fire like this. Or there's also a binocular view on tab, or sorry, make that shift. And this allows me to actually zoom in and target enemy ships. Now you see that ship over there actually has a targeting symbol over top of him. That means that I am locked onto him. And so my targeting binoculars is going to move along with it. So I'm trying to use these tick marks to line up my shots, which I'm actually not going to do on that guy. So let's see if I can find something fun to shoot at. What's this 8.2 over there? He's moving away. There's an island interfering. We've got some destroyers that are popping smoke. That is that big smoke cloud that you see there. You can see some torpedoes in the water there. So basically, I'm out of range there. Let me go ahead and go to the tactical map. Let's take a look and see what's going on here. Another thing you can do is you can actually set up an autopilot system, which is what I'm actually going to go ahead and do now. I'm going to say I'm going to move towards C, and the autopilot will move me there. If I want to set up multiple autopilot waypoints, I can do that by holding. So I say, okay, I want to go from there to there to there, if I wanted to do that. So let's go ahead and move into this battle. There's 2 ships coming up here. I can hold Alt to get more information on the battlefield. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. The enemy aircraft carrier is right over here. I'm going to swing over and I'm going to see if I can take it out. If I can do that, that'll be awesome. Basically, as I've been talking here, my team is pretty much dominating this match. Up at the top of the screen, you can see that there's only 3 enemy ships left. So I'm full speed here. And we know that enemy carrier is right over there. You can actually see some enemy fighters incoming. Alright, so I'm going to start lining up some shots here. I'm going to just fire off my cannons individually to try and get a bearing on them. So I'm shooting a little short. I'm waiting for my front cannons to realign. You can see that that Langley is turning away from me just a little bit. So I have to try and compensate for that. Okay, I got in 1 hit there. You might have heard a ping noise. I am using heat rounds. If I can actually set his deck on fire, he won't be able to launch any planes. Oh crap, we got an incoming destroyer. I'm switching targets. He might launch torpedoes at me. I've got to be really, really careful here. I'm going to try and turn to broadside him a little bit. He's turning to launch his torpedoes. I'm going to turn against him. This is going to hurt me really, really bad here, I'm afraid. There's the torpedoes in the water. I'm turning. I'm turning. I'm going to take 2 to the side. I'm okay. Alright. Concentrate all guns on him. Let's sink this little guy. Come on, we can do it. Got him!
Enemy destroyer sunk.
That'll teach him a lesson. So his torpedoes actually did punch a hole in my hull, but I was able to repair it. I took on some water there. I'm down to half health. Okay, here's the enemy aircraft carrier. Let's start launching some shells at him. I need to be able to broadside him so I can line up more of my guns. You can see some friendly torpedo bombers incoming. They're probably going to try and launch some torpedoes at him. You can see that he is on fire. He is on fire. Let's keep launching shells at him. Keep launching shells. This guy's mine. I still don't have my broadside fully lined up yet. I'm just firing about 3 cannons is all I've got lined up right now. You can use your left mouse to fire the cannons individually, or you can wait for... I'm actually on fire. Somebody's caught me on fire. Unfortunately, I can't put it out for like another 9 seconds, so I'm going to burn here for a little bit. But we got him. So that is a match. So I'm actually going to jump right into another fight so you guys can see a real fight, because I did so much explaining there. You really didn't get to see some really, really good action. But even the little bit I did there, I got in 22 hits, 1 critical, destroyed that enemy destroyer, and I set 3 fires. So let's immediately go right back into another battle here. Getting a kill in this game is pretty difficult. So if you're actually able to sink an enemy ship, it's really, really cool. Another thing that is really, really cool about this game is the sounds. And here in a little bit, I'll probably just let some sounds play for you guys. But the sounds in this game are just absolutely fantastic. From all the ping noises to the collision sounds, the guns going off, torpedoes in the water. Just sounds perfect. Exactly what you're looking for naval combat. Okay, so this match is a little bit differently, or a little bit different. Again, there's 2 ways to win. You can either destroy all the enemies, or you can capture the enemy base. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set my autopilot to basically right here. I'm going to split these 2 islands, and then I will reassess the situation once I get through these islands. So let's take a look at the friendly fleet here. I have this guy with me. We're basically split into groups here. Here's our carrier. Our carrier is launching fighters and torpedo bombers. So I'm basically just full speed ahead here. Over here, we have got an enemy Phoenix, who's just out of my range. I can't hit him. Just a pinch out of my range. So we're scanning here. You can see some shells going. So what's this ship over here? So this is that's a destroyer over there. So the destroyer and I are gonna basically team up on this side of the map. Okay, we've got an enemy ship who is gonna be in range as soon as he gets on the other side of that island. What is it? It's that Phoenix. Well, where are you at, buddy? There you are. All right, let's line up our shot here. I'm gonna fire 1. He's actually turning away from me. Fired 1 to try and get my bearing on him, so you can see I'm way off. I'm only gonna have like 1 shot here. So let's just fire everything I've got and hope for the best. And it's a total miss. Okay, I've got an enemy destroyer incoming. I'm gonna... He's probably... Is this a destroyer? Yes, it is. He's gonna be launching torpedoes here. I'm gonna start turning now. We got friendly torpedoes. Gotta dodge them. There is friendly fire here. You gotta be really careful of that. Alright. Let's line up some guns and kill this guy. Okay, move, 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 move. Can I outrun him? This is gonna be close. This is gonna be really close. Oh, yeah.
Enemy destroyer blown up.
And I got that destroyer, too. That was close. Just missed the tail. Oh, man, there's their enemy carrier. And he's already in range. Start lighting him up here. He's already on fire, so he's not going to be launching any torpedoes anytime soon. Or airplanes, I mean, not torpedoes. So I've got my entire broadside on them. Just light him up here, see if I can get the second kill. Come on. Yes!
Enemy aircraft carrier destroyed.
Hell yeah. Alright, let's do this. Let's turn back in. 2 ships down, and I've got both the kills. I've got 15 hits, 3 criticals. Enemy torpedo bombers directly ahead. Got to be a little careful of them. Alright, what do we have in the smoke here? What is this? This is there's that Phoenix again. Let's try and line up on him. Alright, friendly got that kill, so that's 3 down. 5 to go. There's a ship way over there on the other side of that village that I cannot target. Gotta watch out for those torpedo bombers, make sure they're not laying in the water. Alright, let's look at the big map here. What's gonna be my best avenue? I think let's cut across like this. My anti-aircraft guns might be going off here pretty soon. They're almost in range of my... Yeah, they're moving away. I think this ship only has maybe 1 anti-aircraft gun. But you can see some of the ships over there are firing at those aircraft. Alright, they're getting closer to me, and mine's going to be going off here pretty quick. Oh, I got more than I thought I did. Come on, shoot them aircraft down. Shoot them down. You can see all my guns going off. So cool. Come on, get him. Get him. You guys are terrible shots. I give you one job, and it's shooting down enemy aircraft, and you can't do it. Well, here comes your next target. You guys are worthless. Alright, we got an enemy ship right here. Pop all the guns. Oh, he's dead before I could get the shot off. Alright, what do we have over here? There's a South Carolina. That's a battleship. Okay, I'm going to turn my ship manually here. They've got 3 ships left. We've only lost 1. Watching those torpedo bombers very carefully back there. Make sure they don't try and launch on me. That ship's in range, but he's got an island between us. Where's this battleship going? Now he's moving away. He's got a bunch of friendly torpedoes on him. See how many hit here. I'm actually going to turn in and go after him. I might have a couple of shots lined up here pretty soon. I'm going to switch over to armor-piercing rounds. Because on the big ships like that, that's what you have to use. And there he is. Let's fire off the heat rounds that we've got. Maybe I can get lucky, set him on fire. He's turning. Yeah, there was a side hit. Better than nothing. My guns are reloading. It's like the one front gun that I've actually got on him. Okay, I'm gonna slowly turn here and bring the rest of my guns into bear. You can see him moving there. Alright, let's start firing them off here. I'm shooting a little low. I gotta aim a little higher. I also need to move ahead here just a little bit. Aim towards the front of his ship, so I'll hit his center. And I want to circle him here just a little bit. Getting in a lot of solid hits, doing sort of minimal damage to... What you want to do is you actually want to penetrate his hull and hit where his ammo is. That'll really hurt him. I'm sort of just hitting his core right now. I need to turn here just a little bit more to line up more of my guns. Gun number 13 and 11. We got him here. Give me 3 kills. He's burning. He's turning. There we go. Didn't get the kill, though. Got the assist. Alright. So there's 2 left. Both of them are cruisers. There's 1 there that's almost dead. And then there's 1... Oh, nope. Never mind. There's only 1 left, and he's right there. So odds are I probably won't be able to get to him before... He's exchanging fire, though, with one of my buddies. Looks like he's launched... Yeah, we got some friendly torpedoes coming in on him. You can see the airplanes coming up over top of that. Oh, one's actually going down. Look out! In the water it goes. Well, I think I'm the closest ship in range here. I might actually be able to finish him off. There's another one coming up over there. Oh, never mind. We got him. So I had 50 hits, 2 sunks. Where did I rate on the team score? 3rd? Pretty cool stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and switch back to the port. And let's load up an aircraft carrier. And I will show you how different this is. So this is the Langley. We'll zoom in here. There is 1 set of torpedo bombers and 1 set of fighters. So I'll show you how this works. This is very, very different compared to what you just saw. It's basically an RTS. And you are able to do different aircraft loadouts, especially on the bigger aircraft carriers. Like on the Langley, if I wanted to do 2 sets of torpedo bombers and no fighters, I could do that. But I think for demonstration, it's good that I'm going to have 1 of each. So we're loading into battle here. But so far, I've had a lot of fun with this game. I really enjoy these sort of slower paced tactical gameplay. It's pretty cool. And visually, it's very nice too. I think I'll be able to show you a really good sky in this map. And who knows how much polish they're going to do to this yet. Okay, this sky is... This one's like the Thundercloud one. So, again, the sky is really good in this game. Alright, let me go back to regular view here. Where's my number 1? Okay. So, when running an aircraft carrier, you actually get an additional view. And it's actually like an RTS-style view. And it is this right here. So, I've got the regular view, which is like this. This is what I was running before. I've got the RTS-style view, and then I still have the map view. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit number 2, which is my fighters, and I'm going to hit F for launch. So they're going to go ahead and launch off the carrier here. You can see them going there. And I'm going to switch back to this view, and I'm actually going to say head towards the middle of the map. So you can see there's a line now. And my torpedo bombers, I'm not going to move yet. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I want to move my carrier. I want to move my carrier closer to the battle, but try and still keep him in a safe spot. So I'm actually going to move him behind this island right here. So that'll give him some protection. So let's go ahead and switch back to the fighters. And let's switch over to fighter view, which looks like this. So you can see some destroyers are popping smoke. There's a destroyer or a friendly destroyer down there. So basically my fighters are in scout mode. Now, if you wanted to, you could actually have your fighters escort somebody. Like I could go number 2 here, and there's a destroyer here. I'm going to say, I want you to escort this destroyer. And they could do that if they wanted to. Okay, here comes some enemy torpedo bombers. So I'm going to tell my fighters to engage them. So let's watch this. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to stop them from launching torpedoes. I think they already put their first set in the water, although I don't see them. So I'm coming up behind them here. And I'm going to try and shoot all these guys out of the sky. There's one. There's two. Oh, there's the torpedoes. So basically, I'm just trying to take out the enemy squadron. Okay, while that's going on, I'm going to switch over to my bombers. Let's launch the bombers and get them out here. And I want them to come... I want them to come like this. As soon as they launch here, you can see they're launching from the carrier. And there they go. Okay, I need to get my fighters out of there because they're going to be taking too much damage from the enemy ships. Because the enemy ships will try and shoot them down. So let's get them out of there. Let's go back to a view. So basically, I'm just waiting for the enemy carrier to pop more bombers out so I can destroy them. So I'm protecting the friendly fleet. But now it's time for me to go on the offense, and I've got to be a little careful here because there's an enemy destroyer that is heading my direction. And I don't want him to sink me, so I'm actually going to change my course here on my bombers. Alright, now let's switch over to RTS mode, which is like this. Now, where'd that destroyer go? There it is.
Group 3, standing by for instructions.
Now, this is incredibly risky. Oh, crap, I didn't want to do that. Carrier, move there. Switch back to 3, go to RTS view. Me trying to sink this little guy, I've got to do it, though. Otherwise, he's going to kill me. I'm kind of defenseless here. This is going to be really, really tricky because this guy is such a fast mover. Alright, again, I'm still in RTS mode, but I'm switching out. So, when trying to attack with your torpedo bombers, you've got two kinds of targeting. You've got auto-targeting and manual targeting. See, he's coming right after me. So here's the auto-targeting, and then if I were to hold Alt, this is manual targeting. My carrier's taking a lot of damage. So for this guy, I'm going to try auto-targeting. So I'm going to lock it in, and if I wanted to change it, I can actually spin this around like this to change my avenue of attack, which I actually am. I'm going to turn about like this. So my fighters got to move back around. While that's lining up, I need to check my fighters. Where's my fighters at? My carrier's taking a bit of damage here. Alright, let's switch back over to bombers.
Group 3, returning to ship.
So they launched the friendly torpedoes here. It looks like they're all going to miss. Because generally, you don't want to go after a fast destroyer with your torpedoes. But I felt like I had to in order to try and save my ship. Now, luckily, there's a couple of ships here that are going to defend me now. So I'm still trying to get him to that safe spot. My fighters are under attack. I need to back them off. Okay, here's some enemy fighters, but they're landing on the enemy carrier, it appears. Okay, is he launching these enemy fighters? Alright, let's go. Okay, here's the bombers. Let's take out the next set of bombers. Whoop. Hit this... right here, boys. Right here. Alright, let's switch over to RTS here, see what's going on. Oh, he's sending his fighters after me. But I think I can take his fighters down because mine are stronger. Yeah, his fighters are almost gone. The problem is I'm taking a lot of flak from the enemy carrier, so I gotta back off. My aircraft carrier's on fire. I'm gonna put the fires out. Alright, let's relaunch Group 3.
Problem solved, sir.
Okay, there's enemy fighters. Go ahead and take them out. Alright, what's the story here? I'm taking damage from something. Alright, torpedo bombers. Engage this guy who's trying to kill me. What is it? Oh, it's a Phoenix. Come on, get behind that island. It's a risky maneuver trying to take down this Phoenix. I might have to give it a try, though. I'm going to wait for my bombers to get a little bit closer here. And we're going to try and line up the shot. That's like a beautiful lineup, too. I really like that. Now, generally, if you're running 2 torpedo bombers, what you would do is launch one at one angle and one at the other and try and create a cross pattern, making it even more difficult for the enemy
Group 3, engaging enemy.
to try and evade the torpedoes. Okay, so let's see what we got here. We got friendly torpedoes in the water. Here they come. This is looking...
Group 3,
This is
returning.
looking iffy. I think I'm gonna get one. Boom. And he's flooding. So I only managed to get one there. But still, it was enough to get him off me, basically. And this guy is... Oh, I actually got him. My torpedo caused flooding, and it ended up sinking him. So, fantastic. My fighters ended up getting shot down, so I have a second grouping coming out, and they're going to take care of these enemy fighters. As my torpedo bombers are reloading.
Group 2, maintaining present course.
Alright, 2 seconds. 1 second. Alright, let's relaunch torpedo bombers. And there's a ship over here. Let's take it out. Question is what kind of ship is this? It's a St. Louis. It's a little bit slower. I can probably take care of it,
3, maintaining
considering that
present
he's
course.
almost all full health anyway. So, we're on our torpedo bombers. I'm gonna have to change my line of attack here. There's a friendly Phoenix. Where's my fighters at? They're coming slowly. Oh, he might actually kill my friendly guy. Although the friendly guy launched torpedoes. Boom, boom. Oh, he actually got him. Good job. Alright, switching targets. We've got an enemy ship here. And then we've actually got an enemy ship way over here. This is a Wyoming. This is a battleship. Let me go ahead and let's go after the battleship. Switch back to map mode here for a second. I'm gonna go ahead and land my fighters.
Group 2, returning.
I'm actually gonna move my carrier a little bit closer to battle now. There's not nearly as many enemy ships, so I should be okay. Let's actually zoom back in here. Oh, he's almost dead. I'm not gonna waste my bombers on that guy. Although he's almost dead too. Alright, let's make an approach here. He's trying to get away. Let's go ahead and set our targeting right there. Let's turn it. We're going to turn into him. Let's see if I can get this last kill. Come on, torpedo bombers. Do your work.
Group 3.
Alright.
Target.
Torpedoes are in the water. Here we go. Da-dun. 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 Oh yeah, I got him. This is over. Boom, right there. So, 3 torpedo hits, 15 enemy fighters shot down, or bombers. 2 flooding, 2 destroyed. Not too bad, not too bad at all. So, I will show you guys one more match. We'll go back to the St. Louis one more time. And for part of this, I will stop commentating so you can actually hear the sounds. But just overall, as I sort of said earlier, I've been having a lot of fun in this game. There really aren't too many flaws I can point out. I mean, I would say I think when playing an aircraft carrier, I think the airplanes are a little slow. They could maybe be sped up a little bit. I'd like to see more maps and more game types. The only other gripe that I have is when you're playing at like extreme low levels, they actually have battleships, the tier 1 or the lowest battleship in there, and I'd like to see that removed, because in that early game, even that early battleship is like super strong, and I think it's a little unfair against the early level cruisers and destroyers. So I think in that first bracket they should remove the battleship. But other than that, see, now there's a good looking sky. Look at that sunset or sunrise, whichever it is. That is nice. You can see the reflection across the water. We'll look at the other side. You can see the mountains there in the distance. A big mountain over there. Very, very nice sky. You can look up and it's just moving just a little bit. Very, very nice. One of the best skies I think I've ever seen in a game. So we are hunting for the enemy. Looks like I've got at least 2 ships with me. The current plan is to basically come around like this to the back side of their base. Let's hunt for the enemy. Where are they? There they be. What is that? That's 2 battleships. Ugh. I'm a little outmatched. Oh, what's this over here? Alright, I'm going to change my tactics here. Let's go to the outside of these islands. That's a little level 1 over there. I'm not worried about him. But let's go ahead and do that sound right now. So I'm going to go ahead and crank the sound up and stop commentating. So just have a listen to this game. So here we go.
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser. Cruiser foundered. Battleship foundered.
Wow. That is a new personal record. 168 hits. Darn right I'm top of the board. Holy cow. 3 sunk. That is a way to end a video. Wow, that was nice. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is World of Warships. I'm going to be doing some more videos on this, showing off some of the other battleships or battleship classes that I didn't get to show in this video. But if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Thank you all so much for watching. And with that being said, everybody keep playing and have fun.